What's up, YouTube? How y'all doing? Hope y'all having a good day today. So I know it's been a minute since I've last posted, but I've been super busy. I up and moved to New York City. You know, I moved all the way from California to New York City. If you've been following my channel, this isn't new to you. And yeah, it's a lot of stuff has happened. But yeah, so I'm on this new job dealing with American Society of Mechanical Engineering biological processing equipment codes. Completely new to me. I've never dealt with pharmaceutical grade piping, and it's a whole new world, a whole new ball game. It's very detailed orientated, a very tedious type of work, a lot of inspections. I got borescope inspections, surface finishes, ovality, and of course your typical visual inspection because I am a welding inspector. And whole new world, whole new ball game. And the customer that I'm dealing with, they're the ones fabricating the product, and they really didn't have any idea at first. I'm not gonna say their name for legality purposes, but yeah, I've been super busy trying to learn those codes. It's a 300 and almost 350 page book that you have to go through and see what codes pertain to you, what does and doesn't. And on top of that, I've been working on other little, I guess, kind of side projects. I don't really call them sites because they're people I've been helping out and talking to and working with. I got this one guy down in Florida. I've been helping him out. He's trying to study up and get his CWI, so I've been kind of, in a way, kind of mentoring him. We've had several long conversations talking about what he needs to know. He's had questions for me. And then I got a fan reached out to me. He's living out on Long Island. I'm not going to say because he's, how do I say this? He's a very private individual, but, I'm trying to help him out with some things. So just been very, very busy. And on top of all that, learning New York City and all that good stuff, learning how to dodge the traffic, So yeah, been a lot going on. But I guess on to the topic of the video. See, I've been running into a lot of issues, a lot of it job related, and I almost had to walk away from this job. I'm glad I didn't, because that would have really sucked. Because I got a lease now, a whole year-long lease. All the money have sunk into moving. If I'd had to quit, I would have been bad in a bad way financially. But I would have kept my integrity, and I would have probably kept myself from legal troubles as well. And in a nutshell, the customer that I'm working with, like I said, they're the fabricator. They were trying to force me to skip certain pertinent inspections. And you can't do that with biological processing equipment codes. And that would have gotten me into some trouble. And I was telling them, well, I need y'all to send me an email or a document stating that you want me to skip this. And basically what that does, it takes responsibility off me and puts it on them, but they weren't giving it to me, and they were kind of fighting me a little bit on it. Well, eventually I won that. I just showed them in the code. It says this, that, and this. It says in the customer spec, and they finally allowed me to do my job. But I wasn't about to put my career on the line for one job. Wasn't gonna do it. So I was ready to walk away. I was ready to tell them to take this job and shove it. I'd hate to do that, didn't want to do that, but I was willing to do that to protect my integrity. And I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to provide an example of, sometimes you got to do that in life. It sucks and it hurts, but sometimes you got to be willing to walk away, because staying in something, especially if you know that it's very bad and it's dishonest and it could be detrimental to somebody, whether the property or somebody's life. Like, this is pharmaceutical grade stuff. Medicine is literally going to be running through these pipes. And, these motherfuckers want me to skip inspections, and that could possibly lead to contamination, that could possibly lead to some sort of system failure. And it's no good, no bueno, and they want me to skip these inspections, and I refused, and I finally convinced them, that to allow me to do these inspections, because I'm telling you, if the FDA comes out and validates this project, which they more than likely will, it's not going to go well that you have on paperwork that you've skipped several steps to all this stuff, and and I finally won that argument begrudgingly, but I don't really give a shit if they like me or not. Just let me do my job, and after the project is done, I'll go on my way. I'll go to another project, Damn. But you have to be willing, especially in my career field. Every inspector has at least one job. They had to say, all right, I'm done with you. You don't want to do it right. You're going to get somebody killed. You're going to get somebody hurt. And you don't want your name getting caught up in that, the legality, and also the morals of the situation. If you're working on a job and they're skipping shit and they're wanting you to sign off and be a weak-minded individual, just sign away, just sign it off, and so that way we can move on. And it'll be fine. We've done this a million times before. It's the same old bullshit excuse. You can get somebody hurt or get somebody killed and damage property. And you have to be willing, if they're not wanting to if they're not wanting to follow the rules, sometimes you have to walk away from it. And if you can legally do it, report them. Report them, say, hey, this is what they're doing. What they're doing is dangerous. It's hazardous to human life and health, or environmental, dangers. They're polluting the environment, because when people are weak and they stick with something, bad things happen. When people are weak and they stick with something that's not good, bad things happen. I seen a documentary recently about a company that makes Teflon. Hell, the company might be called Teflon, but basically they were using this product called PTE, and it's hazardous shit. And they were dumping it into water supplies and rivers and polluting the environment, and people in the surrounding towns were getting cancer and dying. Livestock was dying. Plant life was dying. And you could see this hazardous chemical waste floating down in this rivers and creeks. It's all for Teflon, for non-stick surfaces. And people were dying. Why? Because of greed and weak individuals. They were signing off on all this shit. Hell, I think even the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, was having their pockets lined. And all this shit came out not too long ago. And, of course, they got sued, they got burned, and now that they're trying it again, But I digress. I go on these tangents. What I'm talking about is, if it ain't right, sometimes you got to be the bigger person and just say, no, I'm not participating. I'm not doing this, and walk away, or report them, or fight them on it. And it really sucked. Because I was thinking, well, I'm about to be bankrupt. I was looking up lawyers for bankruptcy, because there's no way I could pay the rent here with not having a job, especially only having a job a couple of weeks. I've only been up here a month now. But I was ready to do it because, sleep is very valuable to me, especially somebody who has bad insomnia. And I know if I'd have signed off on some shit, even if I got away with it and somebody got hurt or got sick or got messed up, that would eat at me, because it ain't right. And I was willing to do the right thing, and the right thing sometimes fucking sucks and it hurts. Sometimes you gotta be willing to do that. It ain't easy. It really ain't, Part of the reason why I came out and said that I love and date trans women is because if more guys were honest about that, there will be less and less discrimination, and there'll be less murders and harassments on the transgender community. Hell, if everybody was honest about it, it will be eradicated, or damn near, there's always going to be hate, but that's beside the point. Fight hate with love and acceptance. But yeah, I've been wanting to put a video out, but like I said, I've been so busy. I'm gonna try and get regular again, but you all know I've done this before. I've kind of went on a little bit of a hiatus every now and then, but yeah, I'm gonna try and get regular. I know I haven't been responding to comments, but I've just been buried under all this paperwork and reports, and I got new roommates now. They're really great people, Mike and Latreia. Mike Brooklyn and Latreia Brooklyn. They're engaged, so And for those of you out there that say, "Oh, trans-amorous men, they never get into relationships. They don't do that. They're just chasers." I'm in a relationship with a transgender woman, and my buddy Mike is engaged to a woman of transgender experience. So, yeah. Kind of wish I had a cup of tea. Y'all ever see those Facebook memes where Kermit the Frog is drinking a cup of tea? He's like, huh? But anyhow, I know this video is a little rough, but I wanted to get something out there. So, if you've watched this far, thank you so much for watching. And also, if you've watched this far, well, the popo. If you also have been watching this whole time, tell me what your favorite Facebook meme was, because I think one of my favorite is like the Kermit the Frog, drinking his tea. But anyhow, thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all have a good night. Peace.